So this is a quick video on a $2,000 shifter cart. And the reason I'm doing this video is to set expectations for new carters or people looking to get in a shifter cart market. So if you want to go race a shifter cart, this is not the cart to buy if you want to go race current standards. For example, the bodywork on this cart is outdated. It doesn't have the new style rear wraparound bumpers. The engine, in some series this engine may be allowed, but for most part this engine is not allowed. This is a YZ125. Most series either run Honda, IAMI, or Vortex, unless you get into the KZ, which is European built engines. This is not a European built engine. This is Japanese motocross engine. So your racing options are going to be very limited, typically to club racing. And again, this chassis has outdated bodywork, so local clubs may not allow this chassis to compete until it is updated. So this is about a $2,000 shifter cart. The engine runs, it's very solid. With a little bit of work, the brakes would work better, but they're not ideal. Again, this is going to be a $2,000 shifter cart, give or take $500. I don't have time to argue with the guys that say, oh, I can get that cart for $400 on Craigslist. That's not what this video is about. In fact, if you can find running carts with good brakes and good engines for $400 that are shifter carts, I will buy them from you all day long at $400. All day long. Because I'm going to turn around and sell them for $1,500 to $2,000. So, back to the video. So just setting expectations, not trying to be rude, not trying to be a dick, but this is about a $2,000 shifter cart. It's going to run, it's going to go to the local track. Some of the local tracks are going to say, hey, come back when the bodywork's updated. Others might not care, but you will have to contact your local track to find out. I will also do another video on a current racing cart, which is going to put you in the price range of $5,000 to $8,000 for a used package. Biggest difference, everything's going to be updated on it. Current chassis, current bodywork, current engine, able to race applications. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted in the video because as I'm recording, I'm getting flickering. So again, setting the expectations. This is about a $2,000 shifter cart. Am I telling you not to buy this shifter cart? No. I'm telling you it's a $2,000 shifter cart that's probably not going to be legal to race at most tracks. But it might be great for a weekend where there's no racing going on. You can go pound laps. It's also a cart you don't want to bring to your local kart shop unless they set the expectation of how much they charge per hour, cost. And keep in mind, some of the services on these carts might be very simple, but it's going to take the shops many hours to track parts down because these are older carts. Again, it's a $2,000 cart. Some of the parts are obsolete or harder to get, or they cost more because the shops are only buying onesie twosies. And there's a lot of shops that'll just say, because they're working on more current carts, they're not trying to be rude, but they also understand they could easily rack up a bill that costs more than the value of the go-kart. So if you're going to buy a $2,000 shifter cart, make sure you either have mechanical ability or you're willing to learn on your own the mechanical ability. Now there's a few people out there in the world that will help people get up to speed, but for the most part, most of us are pretty strapped for time. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a side project for you and your kid or yourself and you just want to learn mechanics, then these are great carts to pick up because they already run, so you can kind of pull them apart backwards, see how things mechanically and put them back together. But if you expect to buy a $2,000 shifter cart ace, again, most shops are probably going to say leave it in the truck because they're going to charge you more than the cart's worth to bring it up to standards. And you can get a nice newer cart, $1,000 quality, newer chassis, newer engine package. And that would be my recommendation if you're going to go race shifters for the first time. Exceptions to everything. So some series, you're only allowed to run a certain engine package. So and then there's other clubs that say, run what you brung. We just want you to show up, make sure the cart's safe. And there's few and far of them in between because they have insurance standards, etc. But keep in mind, what you're buying is a $2,000 shifter cart. This will, to compete with the way these carts sit. Going to look at the brakes. This is going to be a cart that requires a lot of mechanical work. It's not the way they sit. So they cleaned, hardware inspected. For example, on this cart, you may or may not see it in the video, but there's a little bit of play in the spindles. So it could be the bolts are wearing out, it could be the bearings, it could be a number of things. Again, the cart shops are going to dive into a cart like this, and they're going to keep chasing one problem after, and they're going to have to charge you for that. So if you don't have the mechanical ability or willingness to learn, stay away from these kind of carts. Spend and purchase a cart that's more current, where the hardware's newer, the cart's not as worn out. Later this week with a $5 to $8 or $4 shifter cart. Again, it'll be more current. But you find these carts all over the place. So it really, if you're just going to go out and go pound laps and you want to bang gears, this may be the great cart for you if you have the mechanical ability and know how to work on it. And you don't want to spend the time learning how to do it or working on stuff, then I would contact a local shop, see what they have for current, but expect to spend thousands of dollars more. But you can pretty much go anywhere and race one of those packages. So if you have any questions, post them below. I will do my best to answer them. I don't build go-karts over YouTube, so don't ask me how to put carts together. So I can do that. If you're looking for some local reputable shops in the area, I list for upcoming karting events on our calendar, and we have some other items on that site as well. I hope you found this useful. Thank you.